Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about how to change your appearance using a law of attraction technique that is basically one of my favorite. I think it's one of the most powerful technique, and it's basically just mind to body connection. So that is what we're going to talk about today. And specifically, I'm going to talk about how I've used it for weight loss because I feel like that's the only thing that's helped me. Basically, I kind of struggled to lose weight for like the past over a year and a half, essentially. It was more than a year and a half. I just really struggled, and at one point I was like working out so much more than I had ever worked out in my entire life. I was eating way less than I had ever eaten, and the weight just wasn't coming off, and I would even gain weight sometimes, and it was insane. But I'm gonna talk more about it in the video. But I finally feel like I figured out something that worked. I figured out why it wasn't working before. So that is what I'm going to talk about today. Okay, I'm going to hop into the video. Okay, so let's talk about how to change your appearance using basically the power of your mind. When I was younger, I used to always get told that I was like fat or chubby or whatever by like my family members and my cousins and stuff. And I think they just mostly thought it was funny, but like I wasn't even fat or chubby. I was like a normal child basically. I think it's just because everyone in my family was so skinny that they were like, oh my gosh, you're like bigger than us. But growing up with that belief system basically like ingrained into me every single day, I think what happened is it actually like manifested because of that. So when I was like about 10, when I was like about 10, I started to gain a lot of weight. I think it was also puberty, but I think what happened was I had adopted this belief system that I was fat. So then I was like acting in a way that I thought a fat person would act, and I was just like eating a ton and like not exercising. So I ballooned up. I like doubled my weight in like a few years, and I actually did feel like super unhealthy and just not great about myself. And it took a lot for me to kind of let go of that. I remember the summer that I kind of lost weight was when I went to Australia to live with my aunt for like a couple months, and she just like ate really healthy foods and like fed me a ton of vegetables, and she taught me a lot of like ideology that like really helped me. So some of the things that she like had me read was like this book. I don't remember if it was like a Buddhism book or what it was about, but it was just like about appreciating the food that you're putting into your body and to look at food as fuel, and like it's about nourishing your body and not necessarily, I don't know, I think I just had like a weird unhealthy relationship with food. But basically what I realize now is that in order to change my physical body, I first had to change my mind and what I believed in, and adopt this mindset that I am like a healthy and fit and skinny person. And because of that belief system, my reality started to change. And looking back, I realized that it's basically impossible to change your physical reality without first changing like your spiritual and your like mental mindset about things. And this relates to my next story, which is for the past year and a half, I basically gained like 10 pounds, right? And then for the past year and a half, I've been really struggling to lose that weight. Every time I'd lose a few pounds, I'd gain it back, blah blah blah. And I think what happened was I had adopted this belief system that my metabolism was like really slow and that I have to work really hard in order to lose weight. And because of that, even though I was working really hard, the weight just wasn't coming off. And I think what happened is the stress of it kind of made things a lot worse. It's been so long, and I'm finally like starting to lose weight, and I didn't even notice that I started doing this, but like unintentionally a few weeks ago I just like really chilled out. I just mellowed out, kind of gave up on it. And you know how when you let go of things, then it comes to you because you're no longer like so stressed and like obsessed with it. So when you're stressed and obsessed, you're blocking it, you're pushing it away, there's so much resistance around it. But when you chill out and you just kind of let go and you're just like, you're living life, then it just comes to you. And I don't know why, but it just works like that. And one of the things I started doing was I was just like thinking to myself, like, I'm losing weight. I'm so skinny. I'm like starting to lose weight. I feel like my body's getting slimmer. And it might sound silly, but these things actually work, because when you tell yourself these things, your mind is going to start believing them, and you start acting like the person that you want to be. And on the other hand, if you're like, I love junk food, like I eat so much, like I keep gaining weight, then your mind will believe that, and then it's going to happen. And this brings me to my next point. It was like I saw this video of some like personal trainer, and I think the first session with him, the guy said that all he did was talked about breathing and the mind to muscle connection, because he was like, if you're gonna work out but you're not like, you don't have that mind to muscle connection, you're not really going to like do the workout to the extent that would have a physical effect on your body. So literally the entire first session with this man was just like talking about breathing and the mind to body connection. And I think that just makes so much sense, because if you're doing a workout but you're not like into it then you're gonna kind of half-ass it and you're not really going to get the full benefits of it. Whereas if you're like actually present and focused and you're like trying to improve your body while you're doing the workout, then you're gonna get so much more benefits out of it. But on a more personal note, lately I've just been telling myself like I'm losing weight, like I have such a fast metabolism, I can eat whatever I want and not gain weight and I'll still lose weight. And it might sound so silly, but it's actually working. And I actually am losing weight for the first time in the past year and a half. And actually one thing that I think really helped me unlock this was I went to see my healthcare provider recently, and I was like, I think like the medication that I'm on is like causing me to not lose weight. Because I really believe that. I like really believe that that was the case. I was like, this is the only thing that can explain it, because nothing else makes sense. I'm working out more than ever, I'm eating less than ever, like how could I not be losing weight? And she was like, well, I'm looking at your chart and you know, actually I feel like your weight has always fluctuated even before you were on this medication. So even though that could be a reason, like it could be a factor, yeah, it might not be, because even before you were on the medication your weight did like fluctuate, so it might not be that. And then she was like, I also just want to let you know that you are like at a healthy weight for your height, so I think it's important to like remember that. And I think after that I went home, and at first I was kind of like upset because I was so insistent that this was like the reason why, and she like burst my little bubble, right? And I was like kind of upset about it. But then as days went on and I thought more about it, I was like, you know, if it's not the medication, it must just be like me. I must just, I don't know, be doing something weird. And I think because of that, it almost made me realize that, oh, I can lose weight, because that wasn't the reason. So even though I'm still on this medication, I can still lose weight. So that actually kind of helped me unlock something, I feel like. Okay, I feel like this video was kind of all over the place, but I hope that you found it helpful. I feel like it's really been helping me, so I just wanted to kind of discuss it and maybe like help somebody else out. So yeah. And guys, I am also selling these cute little notebooks on my Etsy store, so I will link them down below if you want to check them out. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out and helps the channel grow, and I really appreciate it. That's it for today's little video. I hope you liked it. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next, and I will see you next time. Bye!